分走り回ったし、そろそろ休もう。
思ったより素早いじゃねえか。魂。
Why? That was perfectly fine. Yeah, just that's fine. Cool. That was very sweet. Right. Why? Why? Jesus fucking Christ! Why are you so fucking? That is fine. I made a good party comp. Could you just fuck off? This is good. Just go. Why are you like choosing Kazuha? Me, essentially, if you were Yaimiko, that would have been fine, right? Because then Shilin will do will heal. Shilin will heal if there's two elements, but you know what element she doesn't react with? Fucking Animo.
This is next. Take penicillin now. Death to America. Death to Israel. Allah is great. So, yeah, I mean, it's a much blood joke.
What do you do? Jesus fucking Christ, fuck off. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Just fucking go. That was a good team. Just go. Why were you fucking waiting? Jesus fuck. Some people are so fucking dumb. Like, they should have stayed Yaimiko. That would have been fine. But they're like, no, I want to be like. And the annoying thing is they only swapped to Kazuha. No, I don't want to be in this team. Fuck this team. Nope. This team's stupid.
Yeah, well, I think that's
Just gonna wait a second for them to fuck off. But no, like, so like the complaint is that Jillian only heals when there's two, any element. But so you essentially need two party members of different. I think you have, maybe it could be the same element, maybe just two party members of different. But like, the point was that like. I was like, oh, okay, well, if you're going to be Yaimiko, that's fine. I'll be Fiorina. I can buff the entire party, including you. And then we'll still get Electroconduct from your reactions. Then they're like, no, I'm going to swap to Kazuha. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Yaimiko is perfectly fine. We have a debuffer. We don't need another one. Because, like... Jillian at that point is just a pure healer. Fiorina is not really even sub DPS. She's more of a Hydra replicator and buffer, mostly about the buffer. Her DPS isn't crazy. Yaimiko is a sub DPS, so it's like cool. That would actually supplement damage for having two support. But they're like, no. I want to go 3 support. So it's like, why? Just be Yaimiko. And so then I swap. I'm like, okay, well, fuck. If you want to be Kazuha, then I'll swap back. I'll swap back to fucking Raiden then, so we actually can get some electric, so we actually can get a reaction instead of just trying to buff Hydro. We can get reactions as well. And then the main dude didn't go, the Neuvillette. The guy who could have decided to go was Neuvillette. He didn't go. And then someone saw Fiorina. I'm like, why? Why? Just, first of all, just go. Like, seriously, just go. We had a good party comp. We had a good party comp the first time before the idiot fucking swapped off of Kazuha. Wait a minute, let's see. 79? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, fuck this. Nope. I don't want to fucking be in a party with someone who's not even 80. Because at least with 80, you have maybe they're 80 and have ascended themselves, but just ran out of books, right? Oh, they're 80 and they ascended themselves, but they ran out of experience books or money, so they just left themselves at 80. Fine, sure, because you do get a big bump in stats with every ascension, and a big bump to your character passive. And so when you do something like that, so at least with 80, you have the benefit of the doubt. Oh, okay, sure, they're probably going to be. You can give them the benefit of the doubt. I generally don't. I'm just like, no, come on, dude. Like, just level your fucking character, please. Like, don't go in co-op if you can't. Actually, this would be fine. Why? What's these fucking weirdos' obsession with Kazuha? Whatever, fuck it. Let's be fine, maybe. This is kind of a weird party comp. Most people have just gone here at this one. But either way. So it's just kind of like, stupid. It's like, yeah, you had the guy, and so like the new Village didn't go. It was like we had the party comp, everyone was ready, all they had to do was go, and they did. They were like, oh, I'm gonna swap, and then people swapped to Fiorina, and I'm just like, why? Why? Like, Jesus Christ. And all because that fucking moron Kazuha was like, oh, I don't want to be Yamiko, I want to be Kazuha instead. It's like, or you could have gone, we would have had a good party comp. Without us changing, the party comp was perfectly fine the way it was. But yeah, and yet again, another stupid choice by people who are like, oh, I want to be this character. So yeah, like it's just frustrating when you get these dum-dums who are just like, I'm going to do this because I just want to do this. It's like, great, awesome. You want to do that? Fine. Then fuck off and do it in solo. You know? This is not about you. Don't do co-op if you're going to be a dick. You know, don't do co-op if you're going to be selfish and have it all be about you. Like, just try to pick a party. Try to pick a character that synergizes well with the group. Like, it's not just about you. So like that, it's just frustrating when you get people like that, and then like we had the party was perfectly fine, and the guy just didn't go for some reason. Like, why aren't you going? Just go. And then people switch parties, and I'm like, I just don't want to have to deal with that shit. Like, I just don't want to have to deal with a bunch of people who are just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be stupid. Like, it's just like, it's just gonna be a hassle. People like that are just a drag. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. And you get people who are like, "Oh, you shouldn't be upset. Like, this is what you get for going in co-op." It's like, well, no, like, you know, it's not my fault for going into co-op. It's the other people's fault for being pieces of shit. It's the other people's fault for being selfish. Who goes into co-op and we're like, hey, I know, I want to be in co-op, but I want to be selfish. I want to choose characters that will just make things harder for everybody. You know, I want to waste people's time. I want to do like, dude, that's incredibly selfish. Like, if you want to do these things, that's fine, but like, just don't be selfish about it, right? Like, just you know, choose a character that synergizes well. Sometimes you get a character you like, sometimes you don't. Like, well, I mean, like, to be fair, it's like, you shouldn't have to play a character you don't like, but presumably the characters you built you like, right? And obviously that dude really liked Kazuha, apparently. Because he wanted to be Kazuha for some reason. Same for this dude. But like, the party, at least for Kazuha, was fine, right? We had a Raiden. We had a Ganyu. You know, Raiden Ganyu's not perfect. Like, Super Conduct's kind of useless. So, you know, I mean, I guess technically Jillinan will do some auto attacks in between her skill, and so it's fine, but...
Well, investigators were dealing with several confirmed cases of anthrax in New York City. Along with the death of Robert, 2 letters marked in Trenton, New Jersey were making their way to Senators Tom Daschle and Patrick Leahy.
I guess they'll be fine. Oh yeah, see, this is actually a great party. You know? Not great for Mulaney. Mulaney could do better, but like, Mulaney gets extra bonus for vaporizers. Obviously, we don't have vaporizers here. We're just going to get electroconducts, but Mulaney's a pretty strong character anyway. So that's fine, right? It won't be as big a damage. Because the whole point is it's just to attack that frequently. So the idea is that you want, if you're going to be Mulani, you want to get big damage numbers when you do attack. And so that's why vaporizers are the way to go for her, because that's a multiplier to her damage, which you would not get otherwise. So, you know, it's not the end of the world, obviously, but... But, anyway. But yeah, like, so this party is actually doing pretty well, because it's like, yeah, we got a bunch of people who are like, oh, I'm actually going to be a team player. You know, I'm going to be... You know, and that's kind of what I just look, that's the ideal, right? You get a bunch of people who actually are team players. you know, who actually try to help the party. And
That also matters that when was found in the 260 impound bags.
so, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like, it's just unfortunate, right? You just get some selfish people who are like, yeah, I like this character. Like, I mean, you could argue, oh, you're doing Jillinan, and I really like Jillinan. But, like, I also will swap and need good characters, like good support characters. I'll be flat out healers. Yeah, I'll go in as I've been Kokomi. I think I've actually been Kokomi even in this domain too. And let's get that. Yeah, I've been like Kokomi in this domain. To provide healing and shit. Like, see, look how much damage we fucking do. We're fucking mad lads. So, like, this is the reason why you do co-op. This is the reason why you do co-op, because it's quicker, easier, it's more relaxing, it's generally more fun. Because you can just go ham. You can pick one character and be like, I'm going to be this character. I'm going to have fun with this one character. Less stress, because you're not having to swap around and maximize results. Everyone just kind of goes crazy. Yeah, just avoid hits where you can, and then just go ham. You know, a lot more fun. And that's why I do co-op, because it generally is quicker and faster. But, you know, every now and then you just get complete morons who are either very stupid or very selfish, who just want to pick the character they want, and they don't give a shit about other people. They're like, no, I like this character. Therefore, the world needs to revolve around me. And, yeah, I want to pick this character. And I want to, you know, double the clear time of this. Like the guy who was Kanich, a level 79 Kanich. It's like, great, awesome. So, not only are you 11 levels below, which means you do reduce damage. Like, you take increased damage and you do reduce damage against enemies higher level than you. So basically you're saying, hey, I'm going to be a liability because not only, even if I was built amazingly well, I just won't have the raw stats as a level 90 character, plus I'm going to get a damage reduction because, like, I'm going to get a damage reduction because, you know, that's just how it is.
It's not like they printed a...
See, like, this is a stupid choice, right? Because I think, great, awesome, it's a really stupid choice. Because of these four characters, I'm the only one, I think, who can destroy the pylons to knock him out of the sky. I think I'm the only one. I don't think Dendro affects it. I know Hydro does not at all. Dendro, I don't think does either. It reacts to it, but I don't think it does. I don't think it breaks the electro constructs. So in this case, you know who's... Oh, Jesus Christ, even worse. In this case, you know who's really fucking us over? Zhongli, who's just insisting on being Nahida. Like, why? Why are you Nahida? Why are you just not changing Nahida? That's clearly someone who just really likes the character and just wants to do that character. It's like, hey, you know what? This is a shit place to do it. It's just bad. It's not a good spot to do it, especially because, one, you're tiny and short, and two, you need to be able to destroy the electro pylons, and I'm literally the only one who can do that. Which means these people need to keep me alive, so if I die, you're all fucked. So, you know, the question is, hey, do we have a Nahida that's gonna do that pretty well? I doubt it. I've never really actually, no, I was gonna say, it's one of those things where it's like I never really noticed a Nahida that does it well. But, I mean, not Nahida, Furina. But then again, I think Furina had just recently. Because, like, ideally, the point is you get really good Nahidas. Or Furinas. God, I'm stuck in Nahida. You get really good, you get really good... Like, if you have a good Furina, you won't even notice. Because they're just so good at it. You know, it's all about swapping. It's all about when to swap. It's when to swap your ads. So in this phase, what Furina should do is always keep her thing in. Oh fuck, I got hit. Oh fuck, run away! So what Furina should do is, oh fuck, run! What Furina should do is always keep in healing mode. Oh, okay, I thought there was going to be a ring around it. Furina should be always in healing mode. Chasing after me? No, cool. Okay. So here, Furina in this phase, and this little mini phase right here, should always be in healing mode. Yeah, so I'm clearly the only one who actually can do anything with this. And so, like, that's the thing. Is that I was the only one who could pop those. I think I popped every single one. I think I saw Nahida trying to attack and it did nothing. So I had to destroy every single construct. So, like, that's the problem. And you might be like, yeah, it's easy. It's definitely easy to miss. It's one of those things you just don't notice until you get fucked by it. It's like I got fucked by it. Right? I think we went mono hydro or something like that, or maybe we went like 3 hydro, and then I was like a Raiden. So I was like, okay, cool. You're all hydro. I'll be riding to get some electro conducts. And then we got to this phase, and we could not break those things at all because you need, I think, only pyro. I think Geo also works. So if they had stayed as Jillinan, it might have still worked. But like, that's the thing, is that if you're not do I have another? Okay, that's it. So if you're not cryo, pyro, oh, Animo still works. Animo works too. So I think maybe Geo. I think I might have seen the Zhongli construct, a Zhongli be able to destroy those things. Maybe. But basically, it just means you can't be Hydro or Electro. Or Dendro. Hydro, Electro, or Dendro do not do anything with those constructs. Which essentially means it essentially means you can't only be those characters. You can't do a Nilo team, you can't do a Nilo Hyperbloom, because you just will not be able to destroy those constructs. And then and the problem is you need to be able to destroy them so you can get the energy. Oh wait, no, it's not here. You need to be able to destroy them so you can get the energy, so that you can, so you can smack him out of the sky. Otherwise, he just does a huge AOE. You, in theory, can heal through it, but like that's the whole thing. You would then essentially repeat phase 2. So essentially, you have to do just doing tiny amounts of health, tiny amounts of damage to him using your little shoulder cannon, and that's the only damage you'll be able to do to the guy. Because he'll then charge the thing again, you won't be able to do anything. Once he does his blast, he just continues his fight. So, like, being able to smack him down from that big attack gives you that vulnerability window, which essentially you can, destroy him in that. But if you're not able to do that, then you're fucked. And so, like, therein lies the problem, where it's like, that's why party comp really, really matters. And so some people might be criticizing, oh, you're just too critical and all that shit. It's like, no, party composition 100% matters. If I was not there, if I was not Ganyu, they would have wiped. They would have wiped, and then they would have realized the same mistake that I did, that Dendro can't destroy these constructs. You 100% need something that does, or else you're screwed. And that's just a huge waste of time for everybody. So it's like, yeah. So, people might say, oh, I'm just too upset or whatever. It's like, no, I just don't want to waste my time. Like, it's my time. I don't want to waste it. Obviously, no one wants to waste their time. Right? So, like, therein lies the problem. Is just you got this, just. So, yeah. So that's why it's just frustrating when you get people who are just very selfish. Like, they're just like, yeah, because I would say that Nahida is pretty selfish. Like, she's fine. Like, people, and that's the thing, is everyone was working around her, except for me. I chose Ganyu. because I always choose Ganyu, because I want to make sure we always have someone who can destroy those constructs, and some of the constructs are in the air, so you can't do a ground, so you can't necessarily do ground attacks, like, so Ayaka won't work. So having a ranged attacker like Ganyu is really, really helpful. So it's more of a team thing. And so basically the other two people were working around Nahida. They had chosen other characters, but because that Nahida didn't change at all, they had to change to work around Nahida, to work around the dead weight that was her. And you could argue that I'm dead weight too. Yeah, sure, I could have been not dead weight, but the problem, of course, is that it's working around Nahida, and the problem is the elements that react with Dendro can't really break the constructs. So, like, what doesn't react with Dendro? Animo, Geo, and Cryo, all of which damage those electric constructs that the Wanderer does. So it's just like, it just kind of goes to show you that, because this person chose this character, if you want to create a party that works well with them, you'll be murdered and get fucked in the actual fight. So it's just this selfish person who wants to play this one character in a specific fight where the characters are really bad against. It's really bad to use Nahida in that fight because all the characters that interact well with Nahida don't interact well with the fight. Right? Characters that synergize well with Nahida don't synergize well with the fight itself because they won't be able to destroy the electropylons. And that's what actually matters the most in that. Obviously, damage also helps. You need to be able to burst the boss down, but if you can't destroy those electropylons, it's a moot point to begin with. So, just a selfish person. Same like the guy before. Yaimiko was perfectly fine. They were like, no, I want to be Kazuha. And you're like, okay. But then Neuvillette just didn't go. It's like, just selfish people who just want to be what they want. They don't want to...
Every college comedy movie, I can always represent it in the
there's a bunch of selfish people that... I guess that doesn't count. The city? Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I have to circle. I thought I was interacting with them. Okay. Oh shit! I should have left that alone. I forgot. This is the one that will give you hints, even if you don't want them. So essentially, if you don't find something for a certain amount of time, there's like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna start giving you hints now, and it's pretty quick. To start giving hints. Well, actually, I guess it's not that super quick. But it's like, if you haven't found something in like 20 seconds, it starts giving hints. But anyway, yeah, so like, that's why it's just kind of disappointing that you just get some selfish people who are just like, yeah, I want to do this. And the problem is then you get people who like try to accommodate them, and people try to work around Nahida, but like, rather than work around Nahida, they could have been like, fuck this, let's just find a good, it's not out here, right? Okay, so I can't go out here. What? Oh, I see. It blended in so well because it's also gray. It's also brown and right next to a big brown machine. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. These things happen. I mean, my up-hep team was really good. Like we synergized really well. We picked some good synergizing. Picked some good synergizing things. Actually, I think, like my Arlecchino team too. So Arlecchino and up-hep were great. Anomalies in the drain. So those were asymmetrical objects. Okay. Yes, this is asymmetric. Oh, I see. So yeah, it just, I mean, 50. So it's 50-50. Like, and that was, I mean, I guess you could argue that it was more than 50-50 because technically there were I think the whale one, I got into another team that was also equally stupid. I'm like, okay, fuck this. Yeah, the level 79 Knitch. It's like, come on, dude. Like, really? Do you have to be like that? Like, do you have to be that selfish? Like, you have, like, literally no one else you can do? You have no other character that's built? Do you really have to be a level 79 DPS, which is like, it'd be one thing if you're a support, and even regardless, 79 is just dog shit. You're a piece of shit if you try to be that under-leveled. Because essentially what you're doing is you're saying, oh, that counts too? Oh, that's bullshit. That makes it more annoying because I don't know, because it's like, how is this asymmetrical? Like, it's a lamp. You would only have one anyway. And there are no other lamps as a comparison. Like, the only lamps are the bad lamps. Like, there's one there, too. But, like, so you don't see... Like, the other ones have little tiny lamps. Little tiny lamps. Like, little this and that. You're like, oh, okay, these... See, this is asymmetrical. It has one here, but not there. That's asymmetrical.
And there's also...
You know, one there, not there. Anyway, so... But yeah, you just get selfish people. Or dumb. Like, they could be dumb, I'm not sure. Who just don't understand how to play the game. They don't understand the concept of playing with other people.
Bruce felt that his life was struggling due to the issues in his personal.
Can I go up here?
Yes,
again. There's another... Yeah, here we go.
Bruce believed that he had inherited something...
So, yeah. It just... and that's... I mean, it's not even unique to this game. That is kind of what happens in all MMOs. No matter what MMO you go into, there's always going to be the selfish people. The selfish or dumb people. Which, you know, both essentially do the same thing. Whether you're selfish or dumb, you essentially... At its core, what happens is you're just fucking over the other players. You're like, yeah, because of the choices you make, you're screwing over other people, right? And, like, presumably unintentionally. You know, you're just too dumb to know where you're making a stupid mistake. You know, or you're selfish and you don't care. It's all about, it's all about you. So you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So that just happens. Like in MMO terms, it's like, oh, I want to be like max DPS, so I'm gonna, like, I want to do max DPS. Like, the whole thing of stand and fire DPS higher. So yeah, these people who want to, stand and fire, screw over the team to be selfish for their DPS gains. They want to be selfish. They want to be like, oh, I want. I want to, I want to be number one on DPS rankings. Oh, God damn it. So it's like, yes, it does. Who cares about how the team does? They were able to parse well, right? Like, it's that kind of selfish attitude. So it just happens. It is, it's just one of those is what it is type scenarios. Oh, fuck, who's that? God damn it. Shit. I was stupid. Anyway. Yeah, it just is. It's how it is. Oh, wow, that really messed up my speed. Oh, whoops, shit. A little too early. Anyway, yeah, so, I still got enough points to succeed, so it's not a huge issue. I don't really care that much. But yeah. But yeah, it's a shame that these things happen, but they just, they do. They will always happen. Whenever you do anything in co-op, there's just going to be those people who are care more about themselves and what they want to do than helping out. Because that was the crazy thing too. Because so last time I complained about this, I had some people commenting in the YouTube video saying well, this is your own fault for going into co-op. And it's just like, I like it, it sounds right away, cool. This is your own fault for going into co-op. And it's just like, well, first of all, it's a really, really stupid argument. Because, like, it's just very, very dumb. Because it's like, to say that, it's like, oh, okay, so you get into a car accident, it's your own fault it's your own fault. Because, you know, you went out into the world and someone crashed into you. Clearly that's your fault that they crashed into you. And I'm talking about, like, a situation where you actually get hit by someone else. So you're not at fault. Situations like that, where it's like, yeah, you're just not at fault. You were at an intersection, and a guy runs into you. Oh, fuck this one. It's clearly not your fault. No one would blame you ever. But, you know, you get people who are like, oh, well, clearly that's your fault, right? Because if you didn't go out into the world, if you didn't go out and drive, then you wouldn't have gotten hit. Therefore, it's your fault. Because that's the exact same argument. Where you're like, yeah, it's your fault for going into co-op.
So how is it connected to the
It's your fault for going into co-op. It's like, well, no, like, you know whose fault it is? It's the people. It's the people who actually run into me. That's whose fault it is. All right, like, obviously, it's the people who are, who are bad. It's the people who are selfish. It's the people who are, doing things regardless of how they should. It's their fault, right? And the thing is, their argument only makes sense in the sense that if I want to complain, like, what can I do if I don't like the situation? Well, what I can do is not co-op. Yes, obviously, that's what I can do, right? That's something I personally can do to that's what I personally like. That's an actionable thing that I can do to resolve the situation or to prevent the situation from occurring again, right? Like, okay, that's a second finalized. We got enough points.
The guy who was at Ruby Ridge with Believers.
So, like, yeah, obviously that's what I personally can do is just. Oh, I see. That came up when I got 4,000 points, probably. What I can do is I can just not do it. Sure, yeah, obviously that's, what can happen. But, like, that's not solving the problem. The problem is the selfish people. That's the actual problem. The problem is the people who either don't know how to do good party comps or are just selfish assholes. Like, that's where the problem actually lies. Let's see, 38 minutes. I don't feel like doing this right now, so let's just do a quest. Here we go. Because I haven't completed the first quest. So, actually, I was going to teleport up there and drop down. So yeah, like, the problem is the selfish people. Like, that's the actual problem. Me leaving just prevents them from affecting me, but it doesn't stop them from being selfish assholes, right? And the idea, of course, is that even if they are selfish assholes, 9 times out of 10, it's fine, right? 9 times out of 10, I don't get these people, or these people don't affect me as much. The Nahida is a very good example, right? So Nahida, did she really affect me? No, because we were still able to clear, we still did it quickly. Now, it took a long time for the parties to be decided, as the other two people had to work around Nahida, and there was a little waste of time there, but whatever, right? We killed the boss fairly quickly. Sometimes deciding a team comp can take a while, and we ended up one with that was fine for the most part. But obviously, if I wanted to be a complete piece of shit, I could have killed myself. I could have let myself die, and then they would have been fucked. And I could have shown them, yeah, guess what? None of you guys can affect those pylons. Next time, don't do that. Now, obviously, that'd be a super dick move to do, and it could be that they chose what they chose because they saw, oh, well, we have a cryo. I don't need to be the element. I don't need to be an element that can destroy these things. We have a cryo, right? So it could be that they trusted me and be like, okay, we have one to do it, so I feel safe to pick this to work around Nahida, right? So yeah, I wouldn't fuck people if they're like that. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of their time. It's a dick move. So But yeah, that was just, yeah. So, but that was an example of someone being selfish, but not really affecting the team. You know, didn't really affect the end results. They still were decent. They still had decent damage. Like for the Kinich thing, it's like the Kinich is like no, like the problem with Kinich versus Nahida is that one, Kinich is a DPS, and they were under level. And if they're level 79, like if their character level is only 79, 79, not even 80, it could be that their world level is not high enough to ascend them, which realistically it should be. I don't think they can do the fight we just did at that level without being that high, but either way, it's like their weapon could also be underleveled, their talents could be underleveled, they could just be a walking pile of shit just at level 79. That could be it. They could be level 79 with talents at 111, and I can't tell until we get into the thick of things and we see that his damage is dog shit, right? So it's just like, it's a bad bet, and that's why I left. I'm like, no. Like, if your character's level 79, you have like a 90% chance to having a shit build and a shit character. Your character's gonna be shit. Your weapons are gonna be shit. Everything about your character's gonna be shit because you're 79, which indicates that you just are not properly level, are not doing things correctly. Now, I could be wrong. There is that 10% of the time where it's like, no, they farmed some really good artifacts. They leveled their talents. But the fact that if they're not even level 80 means they can't have their talents at level 9. So, they can't have their talents maxed out, or can't have a level 9 or crowned. But obviously, it's going to limit how much their damage can do. It's the odds. The odds are bad. I saw the odds were bad. I saw this guy was going to be a selfish person like that. Because they were another low-level character, too. They were like a level 79 Jilin as well. Then they swapped to level 79 Kinich. I'm like, oh, okay. And that increases it. Like that brings up to like a 99% chance that they're crap. Because it's like, wow, that's bad. Now, not to say that they could be skilled, and they might not be stupid, but just choosing a character that is just that weak is bad. It's just, like, at that point, it'd be better just to be Jilin, because even if you are level 79 and have her talents as high as they can be, that's still a really good defense. Like, the elemental resistance shred from her skill is mostly based on skill level, like the talent level. So you don't really need to be good. So it doesn't matter. But, like, for DPS, it's like that matters a lot more because you're there for damage. And if you're level 79, chances are you're not going to bring any damage, and you could die too early. So it's just like, the odds are bad, so I left. I'm like, no, I don't want to throw those dice with a greater than 50% chance of getting fucked. Nope. Because I've been in parties where people bring in underlevel characters, they die really quick, and now we have to do it with 3 people, and it's like, well, at that point, we might as well just have fucking kicked them in to begin with. Or if they were like any sort of support where they just can, like Fiorina, where they can just throw ads out and then run away and keep safe, right? Or and then swap to healing mode. You just get people who just are very, very selfish. But, it is what it is. And that took like 20 minutes. Not a huge problem. It's a little annoying, It's a little annoying that it happens every single week, because like I do enough weekly fights where it's just like in the pile of weekly fights I do. Yeah, sure. One or two is gonna be have some idiots. It is what it is. This time if we go by fight, 50% of the fights I went to had selfish people. Although technically, for the whale fight, there were 2 parties who both parties had selfish, dumb people. Before I got the third one, which was okay. So, of the 4 fights, 2 of them were perfectly fine. Great, we just blasted through it. One was kind of selfish, but it didn't affect the party, so it's like whatever. It's the other 2 that affected the party. And then one of them affected the party twice. I mean, and we could have carried him, right? Like, we could have, if we had 3 other level 90s, but it's just like we would have to carry him. And I just don't like the mentality of that, right? Because coming into level 79 is just basically saying, hey, fuck you guys. I want to make your lives worse because I'm a selfish person. I want to make your experience doing this co-op dungeon worse because I'm selfishly trying to get you guys to carry me. I'm going to bring nothing to this. I'm going to bring nothing to this party because my damage is going to be so subpar. You know, I'll be outclassed by Furina, and I'm not going to bring any utility to the party at all. And you know, it's just like that. Like I just don't like that. It just, if you want to get carried, that's fine. But like, either say hey, like before you go into the party, you could be like, hey, my character's level 79. Is that okay? You know, give people the opportunity to be like, yeah, sure, I'm fine carrying you, whatever, right? And if he had said that, I probably would have done it. But it's just it's the not saying things. Oh, I'm good. How about you?
テイクアウトだね。ね。
マサラチーズボールとポテトボートを3つずつ。パニプリを10人前。
Ooh, I wonder what a potato boat. Ooh, curry shrimp. I want
お願
that.
いします。
ちょっと待ってて。メモしとくから。ポテトボートにパニプ。
ええ、これだけの量ですし。
ああ、もちろん。全部で2万9。
2万モラにしていただけ。
それはちょっと困るよ。パレード当日はお客さんも多いし。
そうですか。では、そもそも。
2割引きまでが限界だな。
わかりました。
とんでもない。
キャンディスって、オイラたちより。それから。
他にも何か？
いえ、ただ、コンロを点検してみてください。長く使っていると。
Pretty much, yeah. I play some of the games I play have dailies. So, like Genshin, for instance, has dailies, so I log in every single day to play. So usually, what I'll do is I'll log in during my lunch break and walk on my treadmill while I do my dailies. Because playing games while I'm on my treadmill distracts me essentially. Where I'm like, yeah, I just forget how long I've been walking, so I end up walking for longer than I would otherwise. I wouldn't say like that. I like good games. If they're animated or not, it's irrelevant. Like I like story-based games, so I like Genshin Story. I think Genshin Story is pretty enjoyable. I do like the character design, and I do like playing. Like I like the combat style, and then I just like how relaxing it can be to like explore the pretty scenery and discover secrets and stuff like that.
その可能性はあるな。今度
は後で点検してみてください。ひとまずお怪我がないようでよ。
いや、大丈夫だ。お気遣いありがとう。今日中にコンロを修理しとくから、家臣探査当日の注文に。
無理せず安全を優先してください。
ああ、さっ
きは危なかったな。キャンディスが気づいて。
I wonder, did she predict that? Was that why she got that headache? The headache was her predicting the future? Did she use her Millennium Eye to see the future? No thanks, I'm not interested. I don't need any art at all.
次はキャンディーを作るのに必要なフルーツを買いに行きましょう。久しぶりにオルモス港に来たし、ついでに。
No thanks, 100% not interested. No matter what you show me, I do not care about it. I don't need it, therefore it doesn't matter what it is. She gonna get another prediction headache? Oh, yep, here we go. Such is the power of her Millennium Eye. Kid's gonna. This generally seems like a good thing. I don't know if this is a normal thing for her to be able to predict the future. Maybe she just can predict danger, but it doesn't happen that frequently.
あったのか。
あそこの箱が急に倒れてきたんだけど。
君、お父さんとおか。
パパとママは港の坂。
もう大丈夫ですよ。遊ぶときは
早く親のとこに戻りな。ここに箱を置いたのはだ。
俺だけど。
道路脇に重いものを積むなと言ったはずだ。一体どういう。
すまない。最近
ああ。
すぐどかすよ。次から。
はあ。助かったよ。俺の監督不足だ。キャンディスさんがいなかった。
お気になさらないでください。ここ一帯の安全を守ることは。
家臣探査の間は目がいくつあっても足りないぐらいだ。買い物中だったんだろ。これ以上邪魔はしないでおくよ。
キャンディス、さっきはすごかったぞ。箱が倒れるも。
実はそういった未来。ええ。先ほどのコンロの事故、この琥珀色の左目を特別に思ったことはありません。これまで変わっしかし、今朝からしきりに何らかの場面が
他の人は知ってる。
いえ、この現象が予知かどうかまだ特には何も。いつも通り一日、強いて言うなら道端で綺麗な宝石を買ったことぐらいでしょ。あなたも気づきましたか？宝石から特殊な
予知が宝石。
その可能性はあると思います。そうですか。何らかの条件が必要なのかもしれない。
I mean, I would imagine it's the trigger condition. Like, you only saw things to prevent danger. Like, it's not like even you yourself don't sense anything now. So, like, me not sensing anything doesn't mean shit. I would have to carry it, and then we'd have to see if any danger happens. And this is one of the tough things to prove, right? Because, like, the lack of danger, the lack of a vision doesn't mean that it's not working. It could just mean that there's no danger. The only way to really prove that it doesn't work is for me to hold the gem and then come across an accident where someone gets, injured. And then we could be like, look, I didn't get a vision, and this dangerous thing happened around us. Therefore, it didn't work for me. But like, that has its own risks as well. Because obviously you're letting someone get injured just to prove that, which kind of sucks. So, yeah, it's very hard to prove. And even still, it's a tougher thing, right? So let's say someone gets injured around us, and we're like, oh, I didn't get a vision. Oh, okay. So you think, oh, well, then clearly it doesn't work for me. It only works for her. But we can't even assume that, because the problem is that she might have not gotten the vision, right? It's possible that the trigger condition is very specific, and it can only trigger visions for a specific set of events. And it could be that even if she had the gem, when she would have predicted whatever event you didn't also predict, right? Because we can't prove that, because she didn't have the gem at the time. So it would be a logical fallacy to say that our lack of a vision when something dangerous happens near us means that we can't do it, and it's only for her because she also might have not seen a vision at that time, and so the gem just wouldn't have reacted to that specific event, in which case it could still react to us. And so, like, that's the problem, right? We need to do it we need to hold it for like a day, see how many events we get visions for, and then hold it for a day, see how many events she gets vision for, and like just keep alternating. And if we constantly get 0 and she constantly gets 1 or 2 a day, then yeah, obviously it only works for her. That'd be like the only reasonably scientific thing. And even still, like, that's not really proof, because it could just be that we never were around to dangerous events, right? So, yeah. Very, very tough to prove. It's essentially, that's why people say it's impossible to prove a negative. Because, like, the only way to prove a negative is or the only way to disprove a negative is essentially to prove all positives. That's the only way you can do it. To disprove a negative, you have to say, okay, this is true in every instance except for this one. Therefore, but then we need every single instance to happen. So yeah, it's just not realistically possible to disprove.
それにちょうどここありがとうございます。あなたがいてくれたらとりあえず 買い出しを済ませてから石の
商人と
もしかして
そうそう
じゃあ行くよ。
I do just like that when I go into a cutscene, it doesn't God damn it. Okay, fuck it. I gotta. So that's the annoying thing, is I can't get across the bridge. There's no bridge on the water. I have to actually teleport up and then jump down because it's just quicker that way. So, but yeah, the second thing is that if I'm on my skill going into a cutscene, it doesn't terminate the skill then and begin the cooldown. It only starts the cooldown the second I get out of the cutscene, which means I have a few extra seconds where it doesn't work, which is kind of annoying.
いかがかしらいらないあらあらどちら様かと思えば私の大事なさてご用件は何でしょう私
いえ、誤解なさらないでください。
情報を求めてなんなりとお聞きくださいまし私情報の取引が一番好きですのかさばらないし
実は今朝変わった宝石を購入しまして、ちなみにその方の名前はメモしてあります。
人探しですわ。
もちろん万能と名高いドリーさんが直接石の由来を調べてください。
利益は少ないですが人探しは大した手間じゃありませんわ。そんなこと言われてもこの類の情報は企業
よろしければ。
あらまいさ20万もら20万もらでいかがかしら。
申し訳ありませんがご手
構いま
5万モラでどうでしょう。どうしましたか。砂漠での相場を言って
無理ですわ。
そうですか。仕方がありません。
私の聞き間違いじゃありませんよね。
そちらのキャラバンが R 村を訪れた際の安全を保証し、
いや最近の R 村にはビジネスってひょっとして R 村のために
本当ですか。さすがスメールきっての大商人。その器量と見識は噂通りですね。それでしたら
宝石職人への情報を集め
本当にありがとう旅人さん。せっかくスメールに来たのですから。
そうか。
そんなことはありません。私のほっぺドリーさんも全てが
Okay, so I guess I underestimated how long these would take, and how long I forgot I would. I was thinking I could just wrap up the mini quests and the side quests. I should have done the side quests first, because I knew the mini games would be pretty quick. But I guess yeah, with the weekly bosses and the delays I had to take there, combined with how long this that quest was taking, I thought that one would be almost done, but it seems like it's not. So it's just having to do. I'm surprised they don't do these. I'm surprised they don't have this go beyond 50 for just like something simple like Mora and cheat materials like their other games do, like Zenless Zone Zero and I don't know. Yeah, I got that. like Zenless 7-0 and I've got Candace. I think I already have C6 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, it's just doing this quest. I'll be done. Anyway, yeah, I underestimated how long it would take. I thought it would be a little quicker. It was not. I thought I was mostly done with it, but I guess I'd only barely started it. I assume that like the whole intro quest, the first quest would just be, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the shops and stuff, and then they might get into the other stuff later. But like, no, they were like, no, we've unlocked the shops. We've introed the this event, the birthday of Nahida event, and then they went straight into the next little bit, which I guess is going to be like the overarching point of this quest. The overarching nature of this thing is all about her thing. So maybe the gem itself is something has to do with Nahida, perhaps. Maybe it has something to do with like a prediction matrix or something. It's like channeling Nahida's powers to predict the future based on varying huge amounts of data, perhaps. But either way, it seems interesting. But yeah, so I will. I guess I'll work on the other two quests tomorrow, and then the combat one as well. But yeah, it's been about an hour. Fine, I'm tired. I need to go shower off and get something to eat. But okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and call. Actually, let's see what's in here. We have an announcement. Anything new? No, just new. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.